against Mike next week because he did get a 400, or is that just it just happens kind of feel?
It just happens, you know. I mean, honestly, I'm consistently around 400 these days, and just dipping down into like the mid 300s. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just 1 week. Hopefully.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And you know, like I said, I have people on my bench that if I put in, I would have been around 400. But you know, so I know that it's possible. I can still get in that ballpark. And if Mike gets in that ballpark too, then I think it's a good competition still.
Good point. And your thoughts on quarterbacks, since they're a big powerhouse, does that scare you going against Mike next week because he did get a 400, or is that just it just happens kind of feel?
It just happens, you know. I mean, honestly, I'm consistently around 400 these days, and just dipping down into like the mid 300s. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just 1 week. Hopefully.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like I said, I have people on my bench that if I put in, I would have been around 400. But you know, so I know that it's possible. I can still get in that ballpark. And if Mike gets in that ballpark too, then I think it's a good competition still.
Good point. And your thoughts on quarterbacks, since they're a big powerhouse, which we just figured out thanks to Peter. We didn't know they were so strong. And how, never mind. But the quarterback thoughts, as far as the quarterback going in next week, you know, are you kind of going to keep the same guy?
Well, I've yet to plan this weekend. I didn't make any future plans beyond this point. At this point, I don't know. It's too early to tell weather-wise. You know what it's going to be like Sunday. So I haven't made those preparations yet.
Really, just got to look at the individual games tomorrow.
Yeah, I think as things go on here, I think Wednesday, early Thursday, I'm going to start making my moves.
Well, you can start doing it tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Very wise, Mike. Very wise words.
Yeah.
And wise words for you too, Brian.
Yeah, no, I keep an eye out though, because I look at all those red P's next to players' names, you know, make sure that they practice throughout the week, because I don't want to think that I've made all the moves I could, but then know that in the back of my mind, like, oh, but that's a probable. He didn't like practice today. I'll just come back and check it later. That's why I usually check it a little bit closer to game time, because then can make sure, you know, especially like people like Brian Westbrook and stuff like that, make sure that they're actually gonna play, you know, and because like he misses practices a lot, they try and save them for the actual games. So I just want to keep an eye and make sure those people are actually gonna be in.
Good talk. You know, it's amazing. Listen to this guy. This guy didn't know anything about fantasy, and now we're talking about P's and probables and weather conditions. That is just, I mean, doesn't that blow you away, Mike? I mean, we had a guy here that didn't know anything about fantasy, and now he's talking like he's been doing it for 20 years.
You think he's been studying a book like this tall?
Yeah.
I mean, a few weeks ago, I don't know, like maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago, he's like, yeah, your dad's going to be a sleeper for sure. I'm like, whoa, I didn't tell you about sleepers yet. He's like, so, it's just amazing. So, Brian, if you do beat Mike, you know, that's an if, who knows, what would you do with the money? You know, are you going to go to Disneyland or what?
No, I was thinking actually if there was like, depending on people's plans in our league for like a Super Bowl party, you know, I'd have some money for myself, but I kind of want to spend it on the league. You know, maybe have some pizza at like a Super Bowl party, something like that, something we can all kind of share in.
What a very, very generous offer, Brian. That is such a nice thing, you know, to throw in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very nice. I don't know if Mike can top that, but that's, you know, your question will come for that. Don't worry. That's just very generous. Wow, very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So taking advice helps always. And are you going to be taking advice from anybody going in this coming week? I can give you my dad's number if you want.
This week, in terms of where I'm going to seek advice from,
could it be the ESPN guys? Could it be, you know, somebody in the league?
I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, I might have to sign up an offensive coordinator, maybe a defensive coordinator, maybe both for this week. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I just kind of talk to people, kind of make a few decisions.
Well, if you're planning to talk to the Sea Dogs, they don't respond to their emails. So
yeah. No, I've sent a few emails that way. No, definitely not. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to kind of keep doing what I'm doing and hope for the best.
Okay. Well, good, Brian. Good. You stay here. Don't worry.
Right.
We're going to get back to you.
Yeah.
So let's talk to Mike. Mike, Did you think you were going to win against the Timberwolves this week here?
I was about 75-25. Pretty sure I was going to win. 75% sure. I was pretty positive, confident, because of the situation that Drew Brees was in. I did a lot of studying, just research, looking at everything. So I can't tell you how many times I was looking at my wide receivers, who was going to do the best. Made a few mistakes, but generally I picked the right players, and I was pretty confident, in the matchups that I had. So.
Well, that's good. It's kind of funny when you're getting into playoffs. It's like a whole different ball game. You got to study everything a lot more.
Yeah, and the matchups I had going against, certain wide receivers going against mediocre defenses, and running backs going up against, again, mediocre defenses. It's a little bit of a guessing game with wide receivers, but you don't send a running back up against Minnesota or something. You just make those decisions.
So
usually you come out okay.
Yeah, true. And what do you have to say to Ryan after just destroying him?
Ryan, you played a good game, but not good enough. No, seriously, dude, you're awesome. You're a cool guy to play against. You're a cool dude. I'd have you over my house anytime.
So come over, Ryan, for pina coladas or whatever you need to do.
Ryan, that was a hell of a winning streak that you had there.
Yeah, he did really well.
My dad,
unstoppable. Yeah.
Very, very good. You've come so far from when you were in the league 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, he has. Definitely has, because the last time he was in.
Experience shows that he's done a lot better.
So Mike, Breeze, I can't say that enough.
I don't think Mike can either. Yeah.
Gosh, that is the guy that you are he's just leading your team into, beating Davin, beating Ryan, the Timberwolves, every week. So, you know who he's playing this week or no?
He's playing Carolina this week.
All right, you've done your math.
For the past 2 seasons, Breeze has been my boy.
Yeah.
He's been my quarterback. And I believed in him, and I've chosen him every single time.
Yeah, it's the third time, yeah.
He did really well the first time, dropped down a few points the second season that I had him, and he's just kicked ass this year, and I can't be happier.
Yeah, you're in a good spot with Breeze.
He's my ace.
Yeah.
My ace in the hole.
Yeah, because they're not going to the playoffs, so
yeah, I mean,
they're going to keep playing him.
Focusing on yards right now.
Did you have him last season too?
Yeah,
I had him too.
I hope he's on the front
my
of the
third
next
season
Madden
with
cover.
Drew.
Yeah. Pick him again. Yeah.
The Madden curse.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Mike, if you win, what will you be doing with the... Oh, wait. What is your thoughts on Brian?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Brian's one of my best friends, so I can't think of anybody better to go against other than Mike. So I never even saw this coming. I didn't think I was going to get this far. So I'm still in shock that I made it this far. So to go against Brian couldn't be happier.
Yeah,
because we have this constant rivalry with each other, so it just adds to that. It makes it more fun.
Yeah, exactly. It does.
We're always rivaling each other, with whatever we do, and we just have fun with that. So this just adds to it.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
And what will you be doing for